In this video, we will learn about fertilization. Fertilization is basically fusion of male gamete, that is the sperm cell, with a female gamete, that is ovum or egg cell. So this happens after the event, that is pollination. The process of fusion of male and female gamete to give rise to zygote, which develops into a new organism in turn, is known as fertilization. Now, events that lead to fertilization. So first, as soon as the pollen grain lands on the stigma, first step is germination of pollen tube. So here we can see the pollen grain and having the exine and intine, the outer spinous exine, inner intine, and there is germ pore. So after pollination, when the pollen grain reaches stigma, it absorbs the moisture and it will swell, and it results in rupturing of exine and intine, and pollen grows out from one germ pore. So here we can see, if this is the germ pore, it will start to make a tube from this end, and in the form of pollen tube, this will contain two nucleus. One is generative nucleus and other is tube nucleus. If we observe, tube nucleus is larger compared to the generative cell. Now comes the pollen tube growth. So here we can see that as the pollen tube grows, it has two male cells, that is two male sperm cells. So it grows through the stigma and style by dissolving the tissue with the help of enzymes, and by this time vegetative or tube nucleus degenerates and the generative nucleus divides to give rise to two male gametes, that is sperm cell. Now this pollen tube has to reach the embryo sac. So the pollen tube along with two male gametes passes through nucellus, reaches the ovary, where it is entering the ovule through the micropylar end and reaches the embryo sac. And the tip of the pollen tube, that is this part, ruptures, releasing the two male gamete. Now once this happens, the third event is the fusion. So here we can see one of the pollen grain has germinated, and all the way through the style it has entered the ovary and reached the micropylar end, and we can see two male gametes. And here one male gamete fuses with the egg to form zygote, and this is fertilization. And the zygote later develops into embryo. So we can tell that sperm will fuse with the egg, and together they form zygote, a single cell structure. Zygote divides and develops into a multicellular structure, that is the embryo. Now this is the entire fertilization process. If we see the flowering plants, they show two types of fertilization, hence the name double fertilization and triple fusion. So that means fertilization occurs twice. One is where the one male gamete fuses with female gamete to form the zygote. This is the first important fertilization event. Second is the other male gamete fuses with the central cell, the secondary nucleus, to form a structure known as endosperm. So here if we take secondary nucleus, that is two polar nuclei are present in it, so it forms a three nucleide structure, and hence the name triple fusion or triploid endosperm. So because it forms it results in fusion of three nucleus, it is known as triple fusion. And since fusion of gamete with the structures that are present in ovule occurs twice, that is two different structures are formed, that is zygote and endosperm, this type of fertilization is known as double fertilization. Now if we take the double fertilization, the fusion of second male gamete with already fused polar nuclei or the secondary nucleus is called triple fusion, because it involves fusion of three nuclei and produces a triploid endosperm. And what is function of endosperm? It is the most nutritive structure present in the embryonic sac. So it provides the nourishment to the growing embryo. Now what is the fate of each floral part after fertilization? If we see, after fertilization, calyx may either fall or remain attached in shriveled form, as in apple and guava, It can be very evident in such case of tomato, brinjal, etc. Petals, stamen, style and stigma, all of them will fall, and the main part, that is ovary, will develop into the fruit, and ovule will become seed, and the structure inside it, that is the zygote, will develop into embryo, and ovule will still remain attached to the placenta. I hope this topic is clear to you. Thank you.